Hello, good morning. So last day of November 20th and the month has been in the offing. So let's see what all things are there in today's news. So Parliament has in fact cleared the 3 farm laws, but without a debate. Okay, not with a debate, but without a debate. This is the quality of parliamentary debates these days. Opposition members protest as House managers refuse to allow a discussion. So pretty bad optics, like why would somebody not allow debates? So it is again, you can say, like an example of the falling deliberative democracy of discussions in parliament, as you can see. So it's a body, Business Advisory Committee. Read that, what is Business Advisory Committee. Then we will be heading to the editorial page. Okay, so a case for regulation and not ban of cryptos. So read that, why the article is saying so. So various conditions are given. El Salvador is the first nation to declare Bitcoin as a legal tender. So India should be going not the China way, but the Canada way. The article is saying Canada and China, Japan, Thailand, etc. So read on crypto. So basically, what we have to do is that we have to develop a perspective on this crypto. That's for mains use. But if you're aiming for mains this year, certainly you have to have a opinion on cryptos. Not just opinion, you have to have an analytical view on cryptos. Like, what are the good things about cryptos? What are the bad things about cryptos? What should the government do about cryptos? Now, if you are aiming for 2022 mains, what you can do is that you can study this in a more detailed manner, and by the time February, March is there, you need to you need to round about this understanding and make it to a level where you can write an answer. So that is required. അപ്പോൾ മെയിൻസിന് സമയത്ത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ജൂൺ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അടുത്ത മെയിൻസ് പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻ തുടങ്ങുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതിനകത്തൊരു അഭിപ്രായം, ഒരു സ്റ്റാൻഡ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ that would be beautiful. Okay, so three farm laws were never a solution. So this takes an alternative look at how the farm laws were not effective enough, and basically this article talks about more of a local government based or state based looking at farm reforms. So go through the things that are highlighted, various dimensions of issues. Interstate agri relations have been mentioned, the failure of some of the government policies has been mentioned, and it also talks about what to do next. So gives a brief idea into the alternatives that are available to the centralized nature of the farm laws now. Now another is this topic we haven't covered yet. This is the first time we are coming across this space industry in India and outside the world. So if you look at countries like USA, it's a space sector is an industry with huge business potential and huge investment and huge research is going on. So just like NASA is there, besides NASA we have several other countries competing or rather working in this sector. So you can see the case of Amazon, SpaceX, etc. In a race to develop new technologies. But in India you see only NASA or only ISRO doing something about it, and not much of some kind of participation is there from private sector, but it's of very limited scope. So the article is talking about what is the issues that are hindering the private sector, what is the scope of, what is the share of India in the space industry worldwide. So why private sector is being rather not well integrated into the scheme of things, and what can be done about it. That's what the article says. So last year we had an expectation of this kind of questions would be there, because several organizations were launched by government to facilitate private sector, but it still holds a significant one in science and technology as well as in economic part, right? So boosting green hydrogen. So again, 1 or 2 months back in September I think, there was news on green hydrogen mission by government. So hydrogen is being looked at as an alternative to fossil fuels. So please go through this article. Government has put a lot of emphasis on hydrogen based energy. So what is the condition? you'll get an idea by going through this. Mismanaging the monsoon in Tamil Nadu, we are seeing a recurring floods. Like 2015, there was a huge flood. This year there was again floods. So some of the reasons are given, but besides that, this is purely a political article which talks about the governments and their incapabilities, etc. So not much to be read there, but just the topic is relevant, that's all. Then it talks about family planning. Onus of contraception still on women, disproportionately high. So you can see the numbers here. Right. So family planning is it's a crucial topic under social justice in GS2. So you can look at like why that there is a higher burden on women and why men are not preferring to go for contraception they by themselves, and but puts that responsibility on women. That gives you perspective. Please read that. Per capita out-of-pocket health expenditure sees decline. So we had in an article a couple of weeks back seen that one of the issue with India's health sector is that there is high per capita out-of-pocket health expenditure. So that impoverishes the population, especially the poor and the middle class people who will have to spend a large chunk of their earnings for hospital bills and for medicines. Now it has been declining. That's what the report says. So it's a relevant one under again social justice GS2. It might up to 1 point. That's all. Not a these kind of articles are not in itself a mains topic. Okay, understand that this is not a mains topic. This is a subtopic, or rather only a dimension of it. So health is a mains topic. In that you have a subtopic that is per capita out-of-pocket health expenditure, or rather again you may not saying it's a subtopic. It's a dimension for subtopics. Whereas if you look at say Ayushman Bharat Yojana, that could be a topic in which questions can be framed. Okay, not this one. So just read that, grasp it. That's it. Iran determined to salvage nuclear deal. So what is Iran nuclear deal? It's mentioned here, JCPOA. Read that. I think that's the first time we are coming across that after we started daily news commentary. It used to be in news a lot of time earlier, but not now. Logistic behind caste census. What is SEC 2011? Read that. But I don't think it's a hugely relevant article. Some of them are pretty much mundane details, may not be necessary for us. What is NPCI? Again, this article, WhatsApp to increase its share. So WhatsApp, if increasing the share is not a big deal for us, for UPSC aspirants. There are Google Pay increasing, there are other mechanisms increasing their share or decreasing their share, not our particular concern. But this one is a very good article, National Court of Appeal. So it's an analysis of the proposition given by the AG KK Venugopal, and it has been seconded by the Chief Justice of India. So that in that perspective, this is a very important article. Also read this one. I haven't highlighted this much here. Also read this part. Right. So that is a probable prelims plus mains question. Okay. When this kind of a significant thing is in discussion, it can always figure in your question paper. So you have to be thorough about that. Read that thoroughly. Okay. That's it for today. Please pay close attention to one of the article, that is this one. The last article is very important, and some of them above. So you can quickly complete the reading of Hindu and making notes. All the best.